Magandang umaga, magandang hapon, magandang gabi, wherever you may be. This is Steve this is our Philippines. I know it's been a long time since you've heard from me, but today I was sitting around and I saw a recipe for Brunswick Stew. So today I thought I'd try some of that, and I'm going to let you see how we prepare that here today, and we'll see if it's any good. You know, I'm originally from Alabama, so Brunswick Stew, camp stew is a popular fall item, and it's been a little cool up here. The leaves are changing colors up here, so you know, I saw this recipe on the internet the other night, and I thought, well, man, that'd be pretty good to have. So I think I'm gonna try that today, see what we got. So I didn't do a chicken on the grill, so I did one. I went out and got a rotisserie chicken, and I'm gonna try that rotisserie chicken and put that in for my pulled chicken. I got some pulled pork over here, also already cooked, already seasoned everything, so we have that. Now, if you're doing it back home, you probably cook these chickens on the grill or the smoker, and cook the pulled pork on the smoker, and then you'd have that all together. So, but I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm gonna have that all done. I'm gonna go ahead and pull that here in just a few minutes, and we're gonna use that for our base of our stew here. So that's what I'm planning on doing today, and hopefully it'll turn out good, and we'll see. I know I always like back during the fall time, being in Alabama, and you go out and they'd have these big, huge black kettles of Brunswick stew, camp stew cooking, and you know they'd sell them off during the daytime there. So I'm not gonna make that quite that much, but I'll make a little bit here to satisfy my craving here and see what we got going on there. It's one of those things that I've tried to show Molly this recipe, but she said that the Filipinos probably wouldn't like it, so I don't know. I think it'd be good over there, so maybe one day when I get back over there and back at the store, maybe I can try this and see how the Filipino reaction would be to some good old Brunswick stew from Georgia, North Carolina. There's a little bit of controversy of where this stew actually came from. Some people say it came from Brunswick, Georgia, and others say that the original was a Fogmore stew that was made in North Carolina. So another thing that I heard, that is, if you want to make a stew is, the difference between a stew and a soup is there are two meats involved instead of just one meat involved, which you'd have in a soup and stuff like that. So, and it's a little bit thicker broth and stuff like that. So we'll get started here, and hopefully you enjoy this video, and maybe get you thinking about making some Brunswick stew yourself. So we got some onions here I'm fixing to chop up, so that's the first part of it, getting those onions chopped up and getting them ready to put in the pot here. So we'll see how it goes the rest of the way here, and we'll keep you updated how we do here. Alright, here goes our onions. They're going in the pot here. That's the first step, getting these onions in here. We're going to add some butter to that, and we're going to get those all sauteed down here in a little bit. So we'll keep on working on that and get that done. Here we have some chicken, and all you're doing is you're taking it apart. You're just going to pull the chicken off the bones and separate it out like this here, and some of the skin. You can eat the skin if you want to. That's good skin. Sometimes that's a little rough in the soup though, so we'll just, some of that we'll pull off there and use that. I got a little sugar bee out here with me. A lot of times when restaurants, they'll have these rotisserie chickens or whatever, and especially in the South, you don't want to waste any of your food, so they take these they'll take these chickens that are left over, the pork butts or whatever they're left over, and they'll put those in a stew like this to have them for your stew the next day. So, well, these guys are messing me up here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Little sweat bees or sugar bees, whatever you want to call them, are out here messing around today. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to leave that skin in there. That skin a little tough there, I think. You don't want that when you're eating your soup. But all it is a pulled chicken. So you just pull your chicken. You don't want to chop it. You don't want to shred it up. You just want to pull it off the bones and use it that way for this stew here. And it makes it really good. These rotisserie chickens from wherever you get them, you know, wherever you get your rotisserie chicken, easy way so these will cook up, you know. This stew makes it really good with these rotisserie chickens. So, saves you the hassle of doing that yourself. But if you do them yourself and you have them that way, then it's, you know, that's good too. If you want to spend the time to, if you want to spend the time to cook the chicken itself. So, we just pull it apart here, just little by little, just pull it apart. And now, through the miracle of time and video, we now have our pulled chicken and our pulled pork. And there are onions still. So we're about ready to start cooking. So we'll get this in, get it on the stove, and keep on going from there. We'll show you how the rest of it gets put together. Alright, as you see here, I've added the garlic also now. So the garlic is in here. We got garlic and onions in here right now. So, getting ready for our next step. We'll get all this browned up. It looks like it's browning up pretty good there. So, we'll get to our next step here. Okay, this called for 2 cans of diced tomatoes. So I've got a regular can of diced tomatoes, and I got a can of diced tomatoes with green chilies in here. So that's what I'm going to use today. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to dump these in here, like so. And dump these in here like so. Alright, there you go with that. We're going to give this a good stir. That all mixed up. Oh yeah, it's coming together good there. Alright, so so far we've got onions, garlic, and diced tomatoes in there. And we're going to come back and we'll add some of the rest of the stuff in here in just a second. Alright, we're getting ready to add some things to this. So the first thing we're going to add is a bag of frozen corn. So as you see, it's still boiling in there. You still want it on high. Got it on high right now as we're going. So we're going to add some frozen corn to this. Frozen corn all put in there. Tell you what, we'll give this a little stir as we get started here. Make sure it all mixes in there good. So we're using all frozen vegetables today. So the other thing I've got is some frozen baby lima beans. You want the lima beans to go in there. Oh, cool. Good. Stir that in just a little bit more. we're going to do 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. So I'll get that all set up here in just a minute. See if I can show you here this here. Here we're adding, we got 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire, something sauce, whatever you want to call it. It's that type of sauce. So we add 1 tablespoon of that to this mixture here. Got that. We also have 1 cup of barbecue sauce. I know it's kind of hard to see there, but we have 1 cup of barbecue sauce. You can use any of the barbecue sauce you like. Several different kind of barbecue sauce out there. Whatever you choose to make it with, you can put it in there. 1 cup. 1 cup of barbecue sauce. Then after you add the barbecue sauce, we're going to add some chicken stock to it. So I just bought chicken stock out of the supermarket here. You need to buy chicken stock, or you can make it your own, however you want to do it. But I always take the chicken stock and, you want to add it to your cup that you had your barbecue sauce in. Mix that around, get all that barbecue sauce out. Maybe do it 2 or 3 times. Make sure you get all that barbecue sauce, like good barbecue sauce, so you want to make sure you get that in your pot. One more time here. I'm just mixing that chicken broth right there. Try to get cleaning out the barbecue sauce there. Then I also do it with the cans of tomato sauce or tomato that I have. So mix that broth in there and rinse out those tomato cans. Make sure you get all the good tomato stuff out of it. Swirl around there, get all that tomato stuff out of there. You don't want to lose any of those ingredients there. Just pour the rest of this in here now. Give our soup another stir or 2 there. Now for the good stuff. We had this pulled pork, so we're going to put this pulled pork inside our pot here. Get all that out of there. And last but not least, our pulled chicken. Pour all that out. That's all your ingredients pretty much, and so we'll just let this sit here and cook, and we'll get it switched around here and let you look at it real quick before we go here. Alright, here's our pot of stew. Like I said, it's a stew, so it's awful thick. So you got your chicken, your pork, everything in there. We're just going to let this simmer now for a couple hours. See what it turns out to be like. Looks good though to me. Looks pretty doggone good. We'll see here in just a couple of hours how that turns out. It's a big old pot right now. Big old pot of Brunswick Stew, ready to go. Well, our Brunswick Stew is on the stove. We've got it simmering here. We'll let it simmer for about 2-3 hours, maybe more. Just let it cook down. Come back here and watch it every once in a while and look at it. But that is the start of our Brunswick Stew, so hopefully it's good. Oh, this is our stew after it's been cooking for a couple hours here. So see, it's not still looking pretty good there. We'll let it sit here for a few more hours and we'll go from there. But it's looking really good. It's really thick. That's what the stew's supposed to be. Oh, and it's really steamy too. Look at that. That looks really good. So a few minutes we'll be here to try it out here. And now, through the miracle of time and video, we have our nice Brunswick stew here. Look at that stew there. I'm trying to get there where and show you there. Man, that looks good, don't it? Well, I'm gonna spill it out there. Almost there. That looks good and tasty. Let's try it here. Sorry I gotta do this to you guys, but I'm the cook, so I get to try it here. Wish you all would be here to try it with me, but that is some good eating there. So whatever you want to call it, Brunswick stew, Fogmore stew, shredded chicken and pork stew, whatever you want to call it, it sure makes a tasty little meal. And good for when the weather starts getting cooler. Yeah, I'm in a t-shirt today, but it was cool last week, so we may get some lower temperatures this week again. So makes good for cool weather soup there, or cool weather stew there to eat during the cool weather. That's gonna be sure good tonight. So, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share, let somebody else know about it. This is Steve this is our Philippines, but I'm in Pennsylvania right now waiting to go back. So one day hopefully we can get back there and we can try this out and let the Filipinos have a taste of this maybe and see if they like it. I don't know, it's hard to get them to try much of anything there in our little community, but maybe we get them to let it try it and taste it, and if they get a taste of it, maybe they'd like it. So this will go good over rice. It goes good with crackers, cornbread. So yeah, you can make it with a lot of things. So even mashed potatoes, it'd probably be good in mashed potatoes. So anyways, we hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you like it. Hope you share it with somebody. And as of right now, everybody's doing good around the house. Even in the Philippines are doing good. So sorry we don't get to put up as many videos as we like to, but one of these days we'll get to putting up more videos again, hopefully one day soon. So, or one day whenever this stuff gets out of here and we can get back to traveling, get back to doing what we all like to do. So until then, have a good night, and we appreciate it. Appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. Bonus feature. I told y'all it was getting stew weather. Let us rains come. Temperatures drop down into the 50s. I don't know if you can see very well, but the trees are changing their color. We're getting a little bit of color out here. This is part of my route here, but I just want to show you the rain. colors changing here. It's going to be looking nice here in a couple of weeks, or maybe a week or two here. Trees are all starting to change here. I'm going to show you this here. Let you know that I'm going to try that stew out. Just getting about that time of year. Go ahead and try it out. So, hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoy the video. Hope you enjoy this little bitty, just a little bitty snapshot of where I go, what I do on this road here. Like I said, I just want to show you the rain and the fall trees, fall colors coming out here. Look at all those nice colors there, man. The rain helps out just all that much more because the colors look more vibrant out here. I think when the rain's out here. Look at that out across there. Oh man. It's been one rainy, cloudy day here today. You know, I left out this morning, it was 71 degrees when I left out, and you just kept dropping and dropping this down to, I've seen it as low as 51 coming through the mountains in West Virginia, but now it's down to 55, so yeah, it's getting cooler out here.